right now.
Hey!
Hello, how's it going?
We are live. We are live. And guess what? We got a special guest on here with us, Huggies himself,
Huggies,
Eric
yes.
Hughes. What's up, dude?
What's up, y'all? How's it hanging?
It's pretty
Is
good,
anyone
man.
even here? Come on, Greg.
Oh, dude, we have like 4 people on here right now.
Let's
Wow.
go.
That
Back
might
in the
mean
house.
this is for that's only 4 screens. There might be people gathered together.
There's
watching.
probably like 100 people watching right now.
That's what it is.
Good point.
25 people per house.
We might shut down YouTube.
Wow.
Taylor, we are not in person today.
No, we're on YouTube, obviously.
Also, the fact that you're on here commenting tells me that you didn't think that we were in person today.
It's a good bit.
Okay.
All right, I want to, lately on the youth broadcast here, we've been having celebrity guest YouTube channels on here. I want to guess who the first one's going to be.
Okay.
Who are some of the people that have joined recently? We've had Meghan Markle.
Yes.
We've had Harry Styles.
Yes.
We've had a handy dandy Post-it note.
Mm-hmm.
We've had lots of different people on here. So I don't know. Who do you think is going to be the first one on here?
I think it's going to be Huggies Diapers. I think somebody's going to see his name and they're going to want to go into being.
I like
Huggies
that.
Diapers. Why?
That sponsor.
We're gonna get the sponsor. The sponsor's happening.
Making that money. Who knew?
I like that. I'm kind of hoping it's going to be Dirk Nowitzki, but.
Oh yeah, we had Isaiah's Christmas tree.
Oh yeah, Isaiah's Christmas tree came on as well.
Wow. It's a big get right there.
Is that Christmas tree still up?
Of course it is. What do you mean it's still up? What kind of question is that?
It's just Christmas all year long over there, huh?
Listen, this tree is very therapeutic. Has to stay up.
Therapeutic. Wow. That's awesome.
I think about Jade every time I see it. Every time.
Do you like pray for her, or do you get mad?
No, I laugh and I say, "Ha ha! I have your tree."
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Hey guys, so Eric, you actually had a big day today. You want to tell everybody what you were doing today?
Yeah. So today was my first day working. Got a new gig with Major League Baseball.
All right.
So I'm working
big bucks. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. The medium bucks, we'll say that.
Next step, the MLB commissioner.
Yeah, no, I don't want that. Please no. But yeah, so I'm working 1/3 of the Rangers home games this year. So
wow.
If you ever come out to a Rangers game, just I'm at the very top of the stadium, so you probably won't see me. But
dude, I saw that on your Instagram. You're like way up there.
We're pretty far up there. So I got some binoculars that I'm getting used to. So
nice,
making it happen.
That's awesome. And they won today, right?
They won. They're 1-0 with me working. So congrats.
Wow.
Way to go.
Literally a perfect season.
I mean, never lost.
Undefeated.
Yeah.
Undefeated.
Yep.
Isn't that a Christian movie, Undefeated?
There's a good chance.
There's a good chance.
Probably got $750 budget.
Okay, great. That is a good idea for a game. Oh my gosh.
What, name that Christian movie?
No, I should have all these names, and you have to decide on is it a Christian movie or is it something I made up.
Yo,
that is a great idea for. We can't do that now because
now everyone's gonna study. That.
There's no way I can look.
That's pretty good.
That's a good idea for a game.
I don't know if we ever talked about this with everybody, but on the eve of the pandemic, we had an announcement video ready to drop.
Oh my gosh!
It was about a new Christian movie called Hobby Lobby Lawsuit. And
where is that announcement video, Greg?
We never posted it, I don't think, because it was right before COVID shut everything down.
I need to go back and watch that.
I was the director. You were the star of the movie.
Boyd Beckpo.
Boyd Beckpo was coming back.
Oh Lord!
Shout out to Boyd Beckpo. Those are like, man, those were the days. That was pre-COVID. Man.
I wonder how Boyd is doing in Brazil. That's where he is right now.
Is that right?
Wait, why is he in Brazil?
He's doing social work. I don't know.
What?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh! Hey, everybody! Post your favorite memory of Boyd Beckpo, please.
Please.
I'd love to know.
Need to hear that.
Oh, okay. Ian says I was thinking of Invincible. Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah.
See, that's a great opportunity for this game.
Victorious, Invincible.
You would admit, yeah.
Yeah, I agree. We need Boyd Beckpo.
I thought Invincible was that football movie.
Oh, snap.
With Mark Wahlberg.
Oh, snap. Yeah,
Eagles guy.
Yeah, the Philadelphia Eagles movie.
Oh, hey, Isaiah's dog.
Philadelphia Eagles is not a Christian movie. It's not.
Chloe, you smell so bad. Can you not sit on me right now?
Wow. Shots fired.
Shots fired.
Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Hey guys, hey, who else is in the chat here? Let's see. We've got Caleb, we got Ian, we got Ivy, we got Joel. Oh, you know what, Joel? I hadn't heard that. Jimmy Sauber has the coronavirus. Well, we got to pray for him, definitely. As always, right? I mean, hey, let's be a people of prayer. You know, I know that a lot of us are like feeling like, you know, COVID's on the downturn, all that kind of stuff, and we should praise God for that. But also, let's keep praying, man. There's still people who are getting sick, and so we definitely want to pray. Thanks for letting us know, Joel. I actually have a question for everybody to kick us off here. So please let us know in the chat what you're thinking. I have a would you rather question.
Okay.
And the would you rather is this. Would you rather have free gas for life or free plane rides for life?
Oh,
see,
great.
I think this is a great question because they're both great. And you'd probably save more money if you got free gas because you're not just going to fly everywhere all the time, but then you could travel all over the world. So I don't know.
Okay, so this is hard for me because
Caleb says gas. He's like no hesitation.
Pragmatic.
Well, because who likes flying anymore? Like, it's so trash. It's the whole process is so bad.
I like flying.
No.
Jordan, hey Jordan. Jordan says gas too. Wow. Okay, so no planes yet.
But there's nothing worse about flying than the prices. Like, come on now.
Yo, Ivy and Ian had the exact same idea. That's so funny. They both said free gas because you could use to save money for plane rides. But I'm like, yeah, but also then you'd have to like be diligent to save and not spend it on other things. I mean,
Lauren, what would you rather do?
And think about how
free
expensive plane rides are going to be, you know,
or free gas
in 20 years from now. You never know. Especially when everyone is going to be wanting to fly everywhere because of COVID. So,
it's true.
But the thing is, though, free gas would definitely like benefit me daily. That's a daily benefit that I'm going to receive. I drive in my normal everyday life. And can you imagine like never having to pay ever for gas?
It'd be pretty amazing. Pretty amazing.
I agree with that. Like, I think it would probably be the wiser decision if I did that. Just give me all my free money there just for no gas. But I was looking at like plane tickets to Europe and just all over the place in the summer, and it's like over $1,000, and it's just, man, like, I don't know, I don't really want to do that. And so I feel like it would be more fun. I think I would do the free plane tickets because then the cost of traveling is just like, it's just where you're staying. Like, that's all there is.
I think I'm going the free gas route. I use gas every day. Come on now.
Boo. No, I go plane rides for sure. For sure. We would be flying somewhere every single weekend. We would never be home.
Graydon would be in Vancouver like half his life.
Bro, you could be homeless because you could just keep flying places.
You can be homeless and you could just keep
have to work.
You're not just hear the sentence you just said.
Bro, I would just be flying places. We'd be selling our house. I mean, we don't have a house right now. But I would just be flying, man. I would be flying to Vancouver. I'll be flying to Africa. I'll be flying to Asia. I'll be flying everywhere. It would be awesome. But although I do acknowledge that, like, think about this is probably sad, but think about how much money we've all spent on gas since we started driving. Man,
It's a lot.
that's a lot. I mean, think about people who are like 80 years old right now. Think about how much money they spent on gas their whole life. So I don't know.
Although,
it's probably a bad decision.
They were probably only spending like they probably weren't spending very much like 50 years ago.
That's true. Yeah, like when everything was a quarter.
Yeah.
Was a quarter? Why do you say like with a southern accent? Back when everything was a quarter.
Back when everything was a quarter. Man, back in my day, I used to go to the movies and it was a penny for popcorn.
We went for a nickel to the movies.
Like, how many times have I heard that story? So many times.
I'm like, Grandma, you're totally lying. You did not go to the movies for a nickel.
Oh man! All right, most everybody in the chat said gas, so I guess no one's adventuresome in the chat. Just me and Eric. I mean,
where you want to go, bro? Where you want to fly to?
I mean, technically, you could drive like all the way down.
Everyone else is landlocked here.
You could drive to Peru. You know,
I
technically for free gas, but it would be miserable. But we could go anywhere. Yo, Eric got frozen. Oh, there you are.
I got frozen?
Yeah, you were frozen for a second. I thought you were just thinking really hard, and then I was like, oh, he's not moving. Yeah, everybody has all these practical ideas, like you save money and then start a business and stuff. I'm like, come on, people. There's no way.
That's because we're smart over here.
I mean, okay, but like, how much do people really spend on gas? They spend like $30 every other week or something.
No, Graydon. The amount of money that we spend on gas. See, we have one car right now. Compared the pandemic days and we were quarantined versus when we actually started to drive, it's like 3 times the gas budget. It was like kind of ridiculous. I was like,
yo, remember when we were like in high school and gas was like $5 or something crazy?
$5.
Where were you living in California?
It's like $3 maybe.
Okay, maybe I'm like having one of those moments where I'm exaggerating.
Remember when I was in high school and
gas was $5, man?
In what state?
No, I swear it was really expensive for a while.
I remember it like jumped up crazy. I think it was like over $3 or something.
It was over $3 for a little while.
In Dallas, it hit $4+. So like to fill up a car, it was pretty expensive. So yeah, all you youth, you know, you're like, oh, gas is more expensive. I'm like, okay, I was spending twice as much money as y'all. I'm gonna go back and find how much gas was. I think it hit 5. I don't know about that, but okay. Well, everyone picked gas, so that's sad. But that's a good. That was a good question, though, right? That was kind of made you think. How's the asparagus, Isaiah?
It's good.
Good, man.
But you see my name right there? That's
I see that you're not eating cookies.
Yeah.
Making good decisions. Wow. Oh! I noticed that Ian said that gas spending is average $3,000 a year per household. So it's a chunk of change. But do you know how? Like, okay, if I flew 100 times a year, I would be saving like $50,000 or something crazy.
It's true.
Who's flying 100 times a year right now?
I would if I had free flights. For sure.
So dumb.
I'd be like, all right, girls, I'm homeschooling you, and we're just gonna learn about the whole world.
100 times a year.
Yeah, every 3 days. We would not see anything. We would just be in airports all.
Yeah, like
yes.
You couldn't stay anywhere long enough to fly 100 times.
Also, yeah, we didn't clarify like if you could do first class, but I'm like, hey, why not? It's our hypothetical. Have you ever flown first class?
I have, yeah.
No, I have not.
Bro, it's crazy up there. It's like a different world.
It's crazy.
Did I never tell you my first class story?
No, please tell us.
It's the only time I've flown first class. It's the funniest thing ever. So I'm coming back from preaching a revival through the seminary. and I go to my seat and I'm sitting next to this random child. Like he's like 5 years old. I'm like, where's your parents at? And so the mom comes back and she's like, can I sit next to my child? And I was like,
You're
I
like,
guess.
no.
I was like, I don't know where my seat is going to be. And she's like, oh, well, I have this seat in first class if you want it. And like,
what?
and she was like, for some reason, I bought my child's seat back here, bought my seat in first class, but you could have the seat in first class if you want.
Hey,
And I was like, all right.
Hey,
Like
hey,
I didn't even ask.
Let's go.
It was a quick okay.
that's
You got
awesome. Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, in first class, you can kick your feet up and stuff. It's crazy.
It's so much room in first class. You're like, wow, like this is great. Lauren is giving me the death stare over there while she's eating her asparagus jelly that I got in first class experience.
Man, Isaiah, you got to get your girl some first class tickets, man.
Yeah, bro.
When we go, I think that's my plan. When we'll go to New York, I'll have to like figure out a way to get her in first class, even if it's for 5 minutes.
Just for 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Enjoy your time there, please.
Enjoy it.
What if you could buy plane tickets for like increments of time? Like I'm gonna be in first class for 5 minutes.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if you could buy 5 minutes in first class?
That's awesome. All right, guys. Well, we have some announcements for you, and I'm very excited about this first announcement. Something that we've been working on for a little bit. We are excited to announce that we will be going back to in-person youth group every Wednesday starting May 12th. Woo, 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 woo. Yes, we're excited, guys. We're going to be together each Wednesday. We'll continue to meet on Sunday nights as well. And so please just plan on starting May 12th to be coming in person every single week. We've had a lot of fun here on YouTube, but it's time to put the YouTube show to sleep starting May 12th. So
oh no.
We're gonna take it to the vet, and
no, great.
Oh shoot! So not that kind of sleep.
No, not that kind of sleep.
Wow.
We're just believing. We're believing that it's not coming back. Yeah. Anyway, guys, we're really excited about that, and so we'll be doing a youth service with some D groups as well on Wednesdays, and then meet on Sunday nights. We'll be doing that all summer long. So during the summer, we'll still be meeting. Except for weeks that will be in Galveston or things like that. And so, we'll keep you updated on when we're meeting, but just bank on summertime, May, June, July. We'll be meeting on Wednesdays and Sundays. We're also going back to 2-hour long youth services. And so that'll be 7 to 9 on Wednesdays and then 6:30 to 8:30 on Sundays. So super excited about that. Hey, speaking of Sunday nights, this Sunday night we are back finally after Easter and Palm Sunday, and we're going to be doing a Youth Unplugged, where we're hosting a conversation about what do you want to see in our youth group as we're kind of coming back into our normal rhythms, taking ownership of the youth ministry. What do you guys want it to look like? We want to hear what you have to say. So we'll see you there at 6:30. And the last two things are we've got some deadlines coming up. So tomorrow is the last day to sign up for the spring retreat, which is next weekend. It's literally almost here. So make sure you get online and sign up for that. And then we extended our deadline for the Galveston trip. So that's another week left on that, or 8 days left on that. So by next Thursday, make sure you apply for the Galveston trip. And after April 15th, when that closes, we're going to have to officially close that so that we can start making plans and everything. So make sure you sign up for Spring Retreat, Galveston. It's going to be awesome. We've got a great group signed up for both of those things already. So super pumped. All right. It's time for a game. Isaiah, do you want to explain the game that we're going to be playing?
Yes, I will explain the game. So what the three gentlemen, oh my gosh, my dog, what the three gentlemen are going to do on your screen tonight is each of us are going to hum a song. Is that right? Hum a song? Is that how you say that right? And we're going to hum a song, and then it is going to be on the other two guys to guess what song that guy is humming. Okay? It's any song that you can think of in your mind. It is a game called Hum a Song.
Hum a song.
It's very
Catchy. I like that.
it's very close to hummus. It's actually derived from hummus.
It's actually derived from hummus.
Yeah.
Tasty.
Chickpeas will be involved.
It's so weird. Yo, I didn't think of any songs. I need to like really think about this for a second.
Okay, so Elijah Sones is still doing the math for this with tax rates now.
There's some
Attaboy,
serious
Elijah.
math involved.
This
Love
is
it.
so funny in the chat.
Love it.
They're like 3,000 was not good enough. We need an exact amount. Oh my
I
gosh.
love it.
Okay. All right. Who wants to go first?
Mm,
Not me. I can't think of any songs. I don't know songs. I don't listen to songs.
what is music?
What are music?
I can
Okay, I can go first.
Or you got it. Start
I'll
us
go
off.
first.
Isaiah, you go first.
Dang, I lost it. All right, here we go.
Okay.
Is this the Prince of
Bel-Air?
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme?
Oh, yes.
Was that
Y'all
it?
both got it. Yeah, y'all both got it.
I was like, what is it called? The Prince of Bel?
The
What? Fresh
Prince of
Prince.
the Prince of Air? What? The show with Will Smith in it.
Yo, I've never watched that show in my entire life.
Oh my gosh, Grady, you're the
Dude, it's pretty good.
I know, that's what I hear, and I recently found out that you can stream it. So at some point, I'm going to watch it. But
I think it's on like HBO or
it's
something.
on Peacock.
Is it on Peacock?
I think so.
I don't have that though.
Oh yeah, I'm getting Peacock like tonight or tomorrow.
Oh wow!
Wow! Breaking
happening.
news! Breaking news!
They have like a 4-month deal going on right now, where like
4-month deal.
It's like $2.50 a month for 4 months. Up
Yo,
until
that's like
April 9th.
1950 prices.
Yeah, he just said it's 1950 prices.
That's only 12 quarters.
That's only 12 quarters.
That's the stories we're going to be telling. We're telling our stories about getting Peacock on our TV
Yo,
50 years from now.
When our grandkids are getting Peacock on a 4-month deal for $62.50, we're gonna be like, listen, back in my day, it was only $2.50.
Wow.
Oh man.
All right.
Okay, that was pretty good, man. Way to go. Okay, I have one now. Okay, ready?
Send it.
Oh, I know what this song is. Hold up. Call Me Maybe.
Yes, call me maybe.
Ah, nice.
I knew it was like, what's that daggone Carly Rae Jepsen song? What's that thing? What's that song called?
Bro, that was like
Kylie Ray.
all the rage when I was graduating high school.
Like 2012. That was like
man, that was the song.
That's somebody that Lauren thinks is like the worst musical artist known to me.
Oh, shots fired. Carly Rae Jepsen, if you're watching, sorry.
She's the worst. And I'm like, Lauren, she can't objectively be the worst person you've ever heard.
Objectively, she is the worst.
Yo, Ian jumped in the chat and guessed that one. Congrats, Ian.
What a beast.
Okay.
All right. You ready for mine?
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, Huggies.
Oh, that's Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Yeah, there we go.
Yes.
He's quick on that one.
Wait, but can you sing it with the actual high voice?
Yeah, I know, right? No, I'm not going there. You don't want to hear that.
No.
Yeah, Isaiah got it.
Yo, Isaiah with the falsetto.
Okay.
Hitting it.
All right, what you got, man?
All right, here's my second and last song. Okay, here we go.
You look like you're falling asleep.
You can't make me laugh.
I'm sorry.
Is this part of the song or what?
No,
You're like, all right, guys. All right, sorry, I gotta take a nap.
Okay, you can't make me laugh.
Run it back.
No, crack it up.
Rewind.
Oh, you came in like a wrecking ball. Wrecking ball? No? Oh, wow.
What?
Took a dark turn.
What is happening? I have
don't know,
no
man.
idea.
Tough.
Okay, I'll try it again. Different key.
Yep.
Oh. What a beautiful name it is.
Yes.
Ah,
Yes.
nice.
What a beautiful day.
That actually did sound like Wrecking Ball.
Did it not? Like I was like, man, it sounds like wrecking ball.
It does sound like that. Now that I hear it, I will never unhear it. Like
That's bad. I can't.
Oh, that's so funny. Eric, do you have another one? I'm still thinking of one.
Yeah, I had one. Okay, yeah, here we go.
why do I should know this song?
Wait, I know this, but I can't think of it.
Wait, start again from the top.
Okay.
You gotta hear it from the
Think 90s music.
Oh no.
Zion is
Wait, is it this?
Yeah, Billie Jean,
Yo,
Michael Jackson.
Zion.
Let's go.
Zion with the
There we
win.
go, Zion. Coming in clutch. Very
Judah,
nice.
we did see what you said. You want a theme song. I sang a theme song, Judah.
Fresh Prince.
Yeah, you got the Fresh Prince. All right. I'm still struggling over here to think of a song.
I believe in you.
Is that a song? I'm just kidding.
It probably is.
It probably is if I looked it up on Spotify.
You want me to do another song while you're waiting?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
But while you hum, I can't. It's hard to think of. It's hard to think of a song.
Okay, so never mind.
No, you do it. You do it. I'll
sure?
I'll think of one. Yeah.
Okay.
That's the Journey song.
Don't Stop Believing?
Yes.
Yeah, Don't Stop Believing. Yeah.
Come on, Gray didn't think of a song. It's that easy.
Bro, just think of a famous artist and then boom, just hit their top song.
Okay. Okay. How about the theme song? The theme song theme.
Okay. Oh, the operas, duh.
Yeah, I was like, what is it? I was trying to think of words in my head, and I was like, I don't hear words.
I did it.
That's the real reason why I'm buying Peacock. I told Lauren it's for wrestling, but I'm really buying it for the office.
For wrestling?
Oh yeah, the WrestleMania is this weekend.
Oh shoot, it's on Peacock.
Yo,
Yeah.
I saw someone with a
Dude.
WrestleMania bumper sticker on their car, and I was like, true fan.
Wow.
True
Had that
fan.
since 1997.
Woo! Yeah. Oh my
Back
gosh.
when The Rock was still wrestling.
Judah, since you're really into theme songs, I think you should write a theme song for the youth ministry.
Ooh,
Oh, yeah.
I like that.
Please.
Man,
We can sing it at youth.
let's do it.
Just saying. All right, guys. Well, it is time to talk about our teaching from this week,
All right.
which was about none other than King David.
What a
King.
beast.
Have you ever heard of him? Because he's
Yes.
kind of a big deal. So to start this off, Isaiah actually put together a King David trivia, and there's a prize for this. There is. The prize is that I will send you a crown so that you can be King David.
Wow.
Delivered from Amazon
It
to
is
your
from,
house.
It is from King David's head himself.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot.
Well, okay. That's not what I'm saying. But sure, you can just imagine. That way, you'll just show everyone like, hey, why are you walking around with a crown all day? Like, do you think you're a king? And be like, no, I won King David trivia. Duh.
Duh.
This is from
Obviously.
King David himself.
Yes. I went to Israel and I dug it out of the ground.
Excavated it myself.
Just so happens that it's a gold plastic crown.
That's what they wore back in the day. Don't ask any questions.
They were cheap back then.
Lots of Amazon distribution centers in Israel. So
Yep.
Yeah.
It's true.
So how are you going to facilitate this, Isaiah? Are they going to guess on the chat, or how does that work?
Guess in the chat. You
All
guys
right,
ready?
sweet.
You guys ready? Okay, here we go. First question. What was David's job as a young boy?
Is this multiple choice, or they have to come up with it?
No, you have to come up with the answer on your own. I
Oh,
can't make
wow.
it that easy.
Wow.
Jeopardy, Graydon.
Yeah,
We still doing the game?
All right, there's a few answers coming in.
Oh, who said it first? Judah.
Attaboy.
Judah with the shepherd.
All right, are we going to the next question?
Yeah, let's do it.
Next question.
Ian said a sheep.
He was a sheep.
He had to walk around like a sheep all day.
All right. How many sons did Jesse have, and where did David fall?
Oh, this is like a double question.
Double bonus.
How many sons? Everyone's going to furiously open their Bible to 1 Samuel.
They're going to go to Google and be like,
Yeah, actually, yeah, no, you're right.
how many
Google.
sons did Jesse have? Oh, no. Oh, no.
Nobody's got
Wow.
it?
We have a lot of numbers flying.
There's a lot of numbers here. Are
Also,
any of
lots of-
them right?
Lots of question marks.
Question?
Okay, is this all we're doing? Because then nobody's going to get this right.
I mean, do you want them to keep guessing until they get it right?
Do we only give them one guess, or do we just let them keep
No, y'all can guess again.
Okay, so everybody's wrong so far.
So
Also, make sure you
get back into the scriptures.
where did David fall in the line of sons? Okay.
Judas just really high.
Game portion.
Ian's about to send every single number.
1, 2,
1, 2, 3,
4, 5, 6. Oh, Caleb is the first one.
Caleb.
Attaboy.
8 sons. Okay, so everybody guessed 12. You know why? Because there are 12 tribes of Judah. But who was the person with 12 sons? It was Jacob. And Joseph was one of the 12 sons.
Yo, Zahn said he had 1,000
Thousand sons.
sons.
Wow.
I like that. That's ambitious.
Okay, Caleb, he gets that point. All right, here's a good one. How many years did David reign?
How many
It's
years
tough.
did David reign as king? Probably at least one.
At least one. For
At least
At least.
between
Which is
1 and
honestly,
1,000.
it's more than some kings. Some
Yep.
kings are
only last months.
yeah, or like presidents, like that one president. Who was it? Harrison. He was president for like 2
yeah.
months.
Is he the one did he get shot or did he die from something else?
I think he got sick. I think he got sick at his inauguration because it was too cold.
Yes, I do remember that story.
Really a bummer.
That's actually what happened.
1,800 probs.
Yeah, seriously.
There is not a Caleb again with the right answer.
Okay, Caleb.
Caleb.
Okay, Caleb.
Caleb
Going
wants to be king. Caleb wants the crown.
He wants the crown. He's heading for the crown. Okay.
Whoa.
All right, David.
2 situations.
David was Saul's armor bearer, and what else? What else did David do for Saul? This is a good question.
Can they describe, or does it have to be like an actual
It could be described. I mean, so should I take what Caleb said?
I mean, I would take that.
You take it? Okay.
Yeah. So David played the harp for Saul, and when Saul was going through, he had like terrors and stuff going on.
He had like anxiety or something.
Yeah. So yeah, musician is good. He played. Yeah.
I'll do that.
Caleb is just dominating right now.
Wow.
Running away with it.
All right, here we go. Last 3 questions. What made Saul jealous of David? This was in today's video. If you
watch the video. Also, VeggieTales is in the video, so
VeggieTales in the video a lot.
You're definitely gonna want to watch this one.
CJ Harper. That's not what David did.
What?
CJ Harper.
Where did that come
Who
from?
said that?
That was Ian.
Ian.
What was David's job? CJ
Harper.
It's pretty good.
He had swag and had a way with the lady. That's exactly what happened.
I don't know if that's exactly how I would describe it, but yes.
Caleb, his son loved David more than him. No, that's not right. Elijah gets
Elijah,
it.
yeah.
David, not him. Wow.
Wait, hold on. Can we not just brush over this? IKEA originally stood for Israel Kia. What? Where in the world does that come from?
Where did that come from?
Man, the people who jump on this YouTube stream make me laugh every week.
Unbelievable.
Oh, yo,
unbelievable.
So funny.
Wow.
Judah said he said that. The popularity.
I missed that one.
I missed that one too.
See, I was looking at Zion's comment about swag. Okay, Judah, I'll give you a point as well.
I'll give Judah a point for that.
Yeah, let's give you both a point on that one.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Second to last question. Who was David's best friend? Did you mention his name in the video?
I don't think I did.
He's a pretty big part of his story.
Yeah, I left that out. My bad.
Like pretty large. Judah.
Oh man, this is coming down to it. Judah
is close. Is it 3-3?
Yeah, 3-3 on
that. Is this So who has 3? What's going on?
Judah and Caleb are 3-3 right now. So whoever gets the next one.
Wow. Okay. Judah always wins these.
He wants a crown.
Here we go. What book of the Bible is David credited for contributing to its content?
Come on, who's got it?
The suspense. Ah!
I'm like
It's
on
in.
Amazon right now.
Oh, Ian.
Ethan,
Wow.
Slid
give me
in.
that. Give me that point.
All right. We need a tiebreaker.
Oh my gosh.
We need
Okay.
a tiebreaker. Except the tiebreaker has to just be Judah versus Caleb head to head.
Okay. Judah versus Caleb, head to head. The final question. David killed a giant named Goliath.
Yep.
How many stones did David show up to the fight with?
Good question.
I remember thinking about this when I was a kid, and I was wondering, why was it this certain amount of number? Caleb has said one. It is not one.
Not one, and also not three,
Also
Judah.
not three, Judah.
Oh, Judah came in with 5.
Oh.
Judah.
Judah.
What a beast.
The Lion of Judah.
So,
very,
did you?
very fitting of a name to win a King David trivia.
Wow.
True.
Judah.
Do you guys know why he had 5?
Why hit 5? No, I don't think so.
The
Found that
theory
many in the Greek.
is that Goliath had 4 other brothers, and that's what those 4 other stones for. That's a theory. There's nowhere in scripture that says that that's actually how that works out. But
Interesting.
I don't know why he came up with 5. I don't know why 5 was the number that he just thought.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe he just really liked them.
He liked all 5. He's
They were good, solid stones. Yeah.
Maybe they're just cool. He just wanted to collect them.
They're great.
Maybe he had a rock collection, man.
I don't know.
So many
Pet
theories
rock.
out there.
Maybe he had pet rocks.
Yo, pet rocks. Those were the thing.
He was the originator.
David was the originator of pet rocks.
Tell us in the chat. Tell us in the chat if you've ever had a pet rock. Please.
Also, the rocks were used to kill someone.
Yeah, that's kind of
Yeah. Well,
sketch. I'm not sure about
No, I don't know about that.
that. Don't kill people with rocks, guys.
No, please don't do that.
I know that King David did it, and he's super cool, but no, don't do that.
Elijah just asked, what
Super
very
cool.
depressing book of poetry did David's successor write? Ecclesiastes. Ecclesiastes. Which Ecclesiastes could be considered poetry or could be considered as just allegory the whole time. It depends. It depends.
Whoa,
It depends.
Isaiah's getting all Bible professor right now.
I'm sorry. Ecclesiastes,
What about the allegorical interpretation?
Ecclesiastes is one of my favorite books of the Bible, actually.
That's what Bible professors always say.
They do.
They're always like, you know what? What's your your favorite book of the Bible is John? Well, I like Ecclesiastes.
Ecclesiastes.
I like Leviticus.
I
I'm
like
oh,
vanity.
everything's meaningless. Yeah. Sorry, not. I mean, I like Ecclesiastes, but it's definitely not my favorite book of the Bible. Just
What is your favorite book of the Bible?
Solomon, if you're watching, very sorry.
Okay, before Eric leaves, what is Eric? Wait, is Eric staying on? Eric's staying.
I mean, he's welcome to stay. Huggies, you can stay as long as you want.
But before we jump into the discussion, we have to answer the question.
What question?
What is your favorite book of the Bible? Great. Go.
I think it changes quite a bit for me.
It does for me too, but go ahead. What's your favorite one right now? Like, what would you say if somebody asked you now, what would it be your favorite?
I think probably my favorite book of the Bible right now would be Habakkuk because it's what I've been reading recently.
That's good.
I've been rereading it over and over. But if you had asked me last year, it would have been Galatians. And if you had asked me the year before, it probably would have been Luke. And if you had asked me growing up when I was in high school, it probably would have been 1 John.
Wow.
So it just changes a lot.
Okay. All right. Huggies, what you got?
Yeah, I would agree. Like I feel like I can't really say I have like a favorite all time, but right now I would say Hebrews. I just been getting rocked by Hebrews lately.
Nice.
So I did this challenge thing a while back that I was listening to what's the guy, the Upper Room pastor,
Michael Miller.
Michael Miller. Yeah, I was listening to a podcast he was doing with somebody, and they like did this challenge to read Hebrews 7 through 10 every day for a month straight, and it was like, yeah, it rocked me. So I would say Hebrews.
That's awesome.
What's a good one?
Love that.
Okay,
We got some people in the chat
Yeah.
also joining in. Zion said Psalms, and Elijah said Romans, and Jordan said Isaiah. So there's some
Nice.
good ones right there.
Okay, so I think my favorite in high school was probably Romans. I like Romans. And then
Same.
my favorite right now probably has to be, it's probably Philippians. Like, I think that's like my favorite book right now.
Super good.
The hymn
So
is such a great, just like, man, like Jesus is just so centered to Paul's life. Like that letter is key, and it's key.
Love it, man.
Good.
It's awesome.
It's good.
Judah, you have our attention. What do you want us to do with the game portion?
I see that you want a theme for the game portion, but I don't feel equipped to write a theme song right now.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Let's collab. Let's get a collab going next time we're in person.
Judah just keeps putting things in the chat until we call it.
I'll call my friend Lecrae and we'll see what we can do about that.
At the hookup.
All right. Well, we just have a short discussion here about King David, but we're going through this series. A long story short, we're talking about the whole story of the Bible, but in one short series. And so we talked about King David because he's an important part of the story of Israel. And specifically, God gave him this promise, like we've been talking about this whole time. God gave a promise to Abraham, and then to Moses, and then to David. God likes promises. And he gives this promise to David that one of his descendants is going to be on the throne forever. Okay, I think he probably interpreted that as like the actual throne of Israel that he was sitting on, right? So he's thinking, wow, that means Israel is going to be like forever in glory and all that. Didn't quite work out like that, as we'll see in the next coming episodes about the exile and stuff like that. But what he really was pointing to was the fact that Jesus was going to come through David's line. He was going to come through David's family, and Jesus is the eternal king, right? Like he is enthroned right now, and he will always be on the throne. And so David gets this incredible promise of like, God's going to use you to bring the savior of the world through your family. Pretty amazing. But here's the thing that we want to talk about with David. One thing that Isaiah and I were talking about this week was that David was just super, super broken, and he did a lot of junk. And so when you come to a person like David, you're kind of thinking, okay, David is the king of God's chosen people. He does incredible feats of miracles of God, like take down Goliath when he was a teenager. He is writes the Psalms, has this promise of eternal throne in your family. At the same time, he did horrible things like murder and adultery and stealing someone's wife, and he was apparently not the best father in the world because his sons were like totally like horribly violent and stuff. Yeah. And so you're like, what's going on here, right? Like, what is going on in David's life? And so I want to hear from you guys in the chat about like, hey, why do you think God chose David? Like, why do you think God chose David to be king, even though he committed just like devastating sins, right? And then what can we learn from that as Christians, as leaders, as people who want to fulfill God's purpose, but we're imperfect people, right? What can we learn about that? So I want to pose that to you guys, the youth in the chat. Why do you think God chose David, even though he messed up? And then like, I want to pose that question to you guys of just like, hey, what's something that y'all can learn from David and the way that he was super imperfect in his calling?
I think for me, it's just like, I think like pointing to David is like twofold for me. I think that we could look at him as a man that was, I guess Eric's out. we can look at. Oh, he's back. He's back.
There you go.
Okay.
Sorry.
No, you're good. We can look at David just in his human body as just like a guy who kept going after God, no matter what was going on, and he was really big on just repenting and lamenting before God of his sin. Psalm 51 is a great example of what is probably his daily or just what his devotional life looked like whenever he felt that burden of sin.
Yeah.
But also like to see like David as a picture of just Jesus, like of what Jesus was going to like what he was going to be, of a man that was after God's heart. Like that description of David is totally put on Jesus, but Jesus is perfect. Like Jesus actually is the one that goes after God's heart in the most perfect way.
Yeah.
And so like I grew up looking up to David as like somebody like to be an example of, but I think David would point us to Jesus. I think he would say, no, like that's the true man that is going after God's heart. So
That's
I just
good,
love
man.
that just being with God, being devoted with God.
That's really good, man. Yeah, there's some good couple thoughts in the chat here. Zion Second said making him king probably would make him realize things about himself, and that's actually an important part of David is like he had self-reflection, and he like in the Psalms we can see that, and then Elijah sharing, that when he sinned, he almost always came back and repented, and that's another thing that is a strength about David's life is that he owned up to his sin, like he sinned, but he owned up to it and he came back and he repented to God and to other people. So I think that's really good.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm going to say a lot of things that Isaiah said and people are saying in the chat, but just, yeah, the first thing that came to mind was just that he was a man of repentance, and that one of the reasons that Israel eventually went into exile was because they were so unrepentant of their sin. They were so unwilling to see that they had done anything wrong. And so David was someone that when he did something wrong, he would admit that it was wrong and he would turn his heart back to the Lord. And so that's what I think that's part of his story, and part of what God wanted Israel's story was to be, was that, hey, when you are heading down that wrong path, not necessarily it's okay, but I want you to realize that and understand that I'm still here, and I'm wanting you to turn back to me.
Yeah.
Just also that he was from the beginning, like he was a man of just when he was tending the sheep, like he was a man of faithfulness and humility, and he was going to stick with it no matter which way he turned, even when he did turn the wrong way, which is quite often.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, that's good, man. Yeah, here's another one. Jordan, he shows us that you can always come back and be a better you. Yeah, for sure. Like there's always hope, right? And that's good news is that God's faithful. And that's part of one of our themes, right? Is that God's promises is a theme that comes out through the whole Bible. So God's faithful. God makes promises and he's faithful to those things. So even when Israel messes up, he doesn't give up on the promise that he made to David. Or to Moses, or to Abraham. He doesn't ever give up on us. And I think that we learn in the life of David that, that God actually wants to work through imperfect people. That God doesn't want to just work his plan regardless of whether or not, we're in on it. He wants to work this through relationship. He wants to partner with us in real relationship. And so he uses people like David, like us, who are imperfect, and we make mistakes and we mess up the plan, and we we're totally faithless at times, right? And yet God's faithful. And so I think that we learn that from him. So it's an encouragement for us that God can use us no matter what. And also hopefully we read the story of David and think, I want to avoid some of that brokenness. It's like, so this isn't just a pass to say like, all right, well, who cares how you live your life? God can use you. It's like, no, not at all. Like, look at the things that David went through. Like he lost children because of his mistakes. And man, like let's not repeat those mistakes. Let's live a life of holiness. But then when we do make just completely crazy decisions, and you think, why in the world did I do that? You know that God's not just going to give up on you because of that, right? But that you can turn to Him, repent, and that there's forgiveness at the cross. So I think that's really, really good news. And then, David kind of brings us through in the story to a really important part where Jesus, God's basically promising that Jesus is going to come and save them and that he'll be the eternal king. So we're kind of at a cool part in the story. And next week, actually, Isaiah is going to be doing the teaching video talking about the prophets. And, what are the prophets all about? There's a bunch of these prophets books, and you're kind of like, what is all this about? But they're really speaking into the situation that comes after David, where you have all these kings who just don't follow God, and they lead the people astray. Pretty much exactly what God said was going to happen, right? But that's going to be a great week next week as well, as we're kind of coming here to the close of the Old Testament, and then we'll be jumping into the New Testament with Jesus and the different things that he did. So. Yeah, it's a great thing. Hey, make sure if you haven't got a chance to watch the teaching video yet, as we finish up here, you can just hop over to the new video about King David. I think you'll really enjoy it and learn a lot and have fun watching it. So, all right, guys, closing thoughts. Anything else? Isaiah, are you going to get cookies tonight?
I don't know. I was looking for them at the store last night. Couldn't find any. Lauren's out walking the dog. I might just go run to the store real quick and go get some.
I mean, hey man, you want cookies, so
listen. I do that all the time, bro. Like, let me just be honest. I'm 25. I got money now. I just go run to the store. I just go get whatever I want.
Let's go. Yeah, when you guys see, this is a vision for y'all's future. At some point, you're gonna have a job. You're gonna have a car.
Just go get cookies. Whatever
I want cookies.
Go get
cookies.
Just go get one. What's stopping you?
That's awesome. All right, guys. Hey, Eric, thanks for jumping on tonight, man. Had fun with you guys, and for everyone in the chat, thanks for jumping in and adding some fun in there. Judah, I'll be working on a theme song. Please collab with me. And we will see you guys on Sunday. We'll be out at the parking lot for Sunday service, and then we'll be at Youth Unplugged that night. So we'll see you guys later. Have a great night, everybody.